Sharing and reposting has always been a challenge on Instagram. We're going to walk you through the different sharing options you have and a few workarounds for resharing content that you normally can't. In this video, you'll learn all about resharing content on Instagram. We'll cover how you can share feed posts, stories, reels, and IGTV videos within Instagram. And be sure to stick around until the end. I'll be sharing the things you need to keep in mind to reshare your content safely and keep you out of legal trouble. One of the things people love most on other platforms is the ability to reshare other people's content and posts. You can share a post to your stories. From any post on Instagram, yours or someone else's, click on the paper airplane icon and choose to share to your story. This is a great way to highlight your own feed post and that content with your audience, especially if you tend to get more views on your stories than you do on your feed posts. You can also share other accounts' posts, which is great for collaboration, brand partnerships, or helpful tips and resources that your audience would enjoy. This is also helpful when you want to resurface older evergreen content with your audience. When you share a post to your story, the original post image is imported into the story and the image is clickable, taking viewers who tap on it directly to the original post. Like any story, you can add doodles, stickers, or text to draw attention to the post and incentivize people to click. I should point out that while this is a widely rolled out feature, not everyone has it. I have it on all my accounts except my main account. In addition to sharing a feed post to your stories, you can share any post, story, or IGTV to a direct message chat. This could be a single DM or a group DM that you are a part of. To share to a direct message, simply tap on the paper airplane icon from any post and choose the person or direct message group to share it to. It will go directly to that DM thread or start a new one. At this point, you're free to customize your message or carry on the conversation however you choose. Now, when it comes to stories, you can only reshare a story to your own story if you were tagged in the original content. If someone tags you in a story, you'll get that notification in your direct messages. From there, or from the story itself, you have the option to share to your story. Once you choose that option, that story post will appear in your own story builder, and you can pinch and zoom to resize it or move it. And then you can add stickers, doodles, and text like any other story. If someone tags you in the first story of a sequence and not in the subsequent ones, you can only share the one in which you were tagged. So if you're tagging people in your stories, make sure you tag them in each individual one that you mention them in or that are related. You can also share IGTV to stories and the feed. When you upload your IGTV video, you have the option to add previews to the feed and stories. If you share a preview to the feed, a 15-second preview of the IGTV video will appear in your profile and in the feed of your followers. Once the 15-second preview ends, viewers are prompted with a keep watching bar to view the remainder of the video on IGTV. Similarly, if you share an IGTV video to your story, a preview of the video and a link to the IGTV video will appear in the story for your viewers to navigate to IGTV to watch the whole video. And when it comes to Instagram Reels, you can share your own Reels or anyone else's Reels by opening up the full view reel and tapping on the paper airplane icon so that you can share it to your story or to a DM. So these are all the ways you can share natively within Instagram. You can't natively share a feed post from someone else to your own feed, and you can't share stories from others to your own stories simply because you like them. When it comes to resharing content to the feed, here's what you can do. First, you can use reposting tools, which are third-party tools that allow you to capture the original image and caption and import it into an Instagram post of your own. These typically also add a watermark to the image with the original account's username and will include a brief message like repost from @ and then the username. While these used to be super common a few years ago, API access restrictions have made these more cumbersome today. The easier option now is to take a screen grab of the image you want to post and crop that to the size of the image and upload that as a new image to your account. When you use a screenshot method, you will still have to copy the original caption or write your own to complement the image. Now you may be wondering, how legal or safe is it to simply screen grab someone else's content? When you use a screenshot method or any resharing method for the feed, the original content ownership is not retained, and you need to get explicit permission from the content creator to share that content. Explicit permission means written permission. This could come from you commenting on their post and asking for permission, and then replying with a yes. It could also come from a direct message or other direct communication with them where you ask for permission and they give it to you. Once you have that permission, then you can repost their content on your feed. If they included any requirements like tagging them or mentioning them, be sure to do that. Even if they don't require this from you, it's best practice to do so, providing that attribution to their original content. You may be thinking that this is a lot of work to get that permission, and it can be. But if you don't get permission to use someone else's content, they can pursue legal action against you, including suing you. And if you're a business and it can be shown that you generated any revenue from that post, they could sue you for all income generated from that content. Now, no one wants that legal headache, so always get permission first. One of the reasons you may want to consider reposting is to share user-generated content. Click here to watch our complete guide to leveraging UGC in your Instagram strategy, and click here to learn more about sharing links on Instagram beyond just the link in bio. We'll see you over there.